Hi Gloria, this video is for you. You had asked me for some inspiration using the C-fold card. And I was been thinking about what to do, and an idea came to me, and I thought it'd be fun to make this like a smile card that you can send for a friend for encouragement. And I thought it'd be fun to use the camera on here and little Polaroid pictures of the penguins, you know, through here maybe. But we don't have a little Polaroid that's going to be small enough to fit on here. So I found that by using the rectangle die and the little square die, if you nest them together, cut them out, and then just slice off the bottom, you have yourself a little, you know, a little Polaroid that we could, you know, put through here. We'll see. We'll see how many I'll do. And I'm going to use this paper pad that, believe it or not, it's a Smiles collection. It's an old paper pad. It doesn't even list the colors on the bottom. I had to jot them up here on the top. It's still on the website. So I'm going to use this paper pad, and maybe I don't know, maybe I might use this. So let me cut it all out, and I'll come back with a coloring video of the penguins, and then the assembly of the card. Okay, I went ahead and cut out the little Polaroids like I had explained earlier, and I gave it a little black backing. You kind of sort of have to eyeball it. So I did 3 of these, and I went ahead and stamped the penguins how I wanted them to be in the shots. And I went ahead and started coloring this. Now I did stamp it in an archival ink, Forever Black, because we're going to use watercolor pencils, or watercolor markers and a water brush. So this one I completed so you can see how it's going to look. And it's going to fit right in there, and it's going to make the little Polaroid. Now the coloring is pretty much how Stephanie explains it. The only difference I do is I use either watercolor paper or mixed media. This happens to be mixed media because I just have a heavy hand, and I tend to mess the paper up. So what I do is I grab the marker. In this case, I'm doing black, and I just lay the color down where I want it to be the darkest. I'm at a bad angle here, so bear with me. I just outline it out. Or I just think, you know, again, like I said before, it's going to be the darkest. And then I also, just in case I need more color, I put some aside on a piece of plastic. Always have a rag nearby. I don't want this to be totally saturated. I just want it enough to be just a little wet. Go into the color and just bring it carefully out and pull it out. Okay, the little penguins are all colored up, and I've place them all in the little Polaroid. Think am I cute? Those are really super easy to color with water brush. Now for the card, I decided to use the guava base and I already cut out all the papers. And the point I want to make here is that these angles that come with the set, you kind of sort of need to be careful where you're going to be laying them, because this is the cut line or the cut blade. So on the paper you would lay it down like this. Well, if you do that, it's not gonna fit here. So you have to make sure that when you put it down to cut, that you want the paper you want in front on the bottom. So that way when you layer it, it'll layer nice on top. And this is done because there's so many angles, and that way you could use them either or, but you just have to be careful which direction you want. Like this one, I didn't have to worry because this one fell right intact with it. And then on the inside, this one I had to do in the reverse, and then I would flip it around. And then the same thing with these little scalloped edges. I had to do the reverse, cut in reverse, and make sure that the paper I wanted in the front was on the bottom. So this is kind of sort of how I'm thinking I'm going to lay out the papers. I'm going to probably do a tag, and I'm going to lay the penguins down, and maybe this one will come out with the tag. So I'm going to go ahead now and stamp and cut out the camera, and then I will come back and assemble the card and put all the embellishments. Hi, I'm back. Let me show you what I did off screen. I went ahead and stamped and cut out the camera. I stamped another penguin in the center and colored him in. And I used the patterns for camera and the club set, camera to stamp, and the dies. I also found this that came with the card kit, and I stamped the tag. And then I stamped another tag, but this I pulled off the other stamp sets that I showed you. And I also found the paper clips that came with the kit, which I'm going to use, and the word smile. And I layered it a few times so it would stand up. So now I'm just going to go ahead. The only thing left is to put to put the card together. Okay, so here's the completed card. And so it'll open up like this. And the little tags with some messages and a little area that you could write something. This fits even a bigger tag if you want to stick even another larger tag back there to write your message. And I did add a little glue to hold this picture in place and then use the paper clip. So anyway, I hope you like the card. And I hope this is what you were looking for. Thank you very much.